Welcome to Truth and Transcendence. You can find all our other episodes on truthandtranscendence.com, and you can find out all about my other work on beingspace.world. So today I'm going to give you a really, really useful little technique, and it involves a sentence, and the sentence is this. Something's not right, and I don't know what it is. Something's not right, and I don't know what it is. I was having a conversation with someone earlier today about a conversation I'd had with somebody else where we'd been talking about past history and things that had happened and things that may or not have been said and, that sort of thing, like a deep conversation with an old friend. And in that conversation, all sorts of things were kind of discussed and brought to light, and air was cleared, and it was lovely. And I was sharing this with my other friend, okay? And my other friend and I were chatting away, and we were talking about how valuable it is to give voice to if there's any issues or problems in a friendship or relationship, and to speak about it, to bring it up. But we also talked about how difficult that can feel to do, how difficult it can be, whether it's because we don't want to be impolite, we don't want to hurt the other person's feelings, we're not sure exactly what's going on, we're not sure how we feel, we're not sure where we're going with it, we're frightened of falling apart, we're frightened of all kinds of, most of which are kind of fear-based resistances to communicating and saying, there's something I need to say here. And while this friend and I were talking about this, something came up in our conversation in that moment where I said something that he found difficult to hear. It wasn't a horribly personal thing. It was just, I said something about men and women or something. And he had a little, what he described as an ouch moment when I said what it was that I'd said. And he said that I have a difficulty with that. And he then went on to share with me, I nearly didn't say anything. He said, I nearly didn't say anything when I had that ouch moment, that feeling of discomfort in response to what you, Catherine, had just been saying. And he and I had just been having this long, really wise conversation about the value of communicating and the value of sharing if we feel there's a problem or if there's difficulty, and telling the truth is great. And then in our conversation, I said something that caused a reaction in my friend, and he noticed himself almost not saying anything. And then he did say, I had a difficulty with that. And we were able to then talk about it. And I understood what he was saying. And I was able to say, oh, I'm really sorry, I didn't mean it that way. This is what I meant, actually. And he was able to go, okay, well, I understand. Now I understand what you were saying. And I understand better what my reaction was about. So we actually reached a new point of sort of clarity. And he then gave voice to this sentence, which is, there's something wrong, I don't know what it is. And that is such a useful thing to have in your back pocket for those moments when there is something, you feel there's something wrong, you don't know what it is. There's no evidence for it. Maybe apparently there's nothing wrong, but there's a feeling of something wrong. Now, this could be a very deep and intense thing, let's say in a relationship with a partner, or it could just be in a conversation with a friend where you just get this weird feeling there's something wrong. Or it could be you're in a board meeting and the energy and the conversation and the interaction is going in a certain direction, and you just get this inkling in your body, something wrong, there's something wrong. I don't know what it is. And often if we don't know what it is, we think that's a good enough reason not to say anything. But actually, very often that is the moment to say something. So maybe if you're in board meetings a lot, see if you can bring yourself, if that occasion arises, to actually say, I feel like there's something wrong. I don't know what it is. Can we talk about this? Can we explore this? See if you can do that. And I can tell you, I've worked with clients who have tried that or something very similar to that. And they have found that often they've caught things at a crucial moment, just before they go off on a really stupid tangent that isn't going to work. And they've saved the business a massive amount of money, and they've saved the human beings in the business a massive amount of distress by doing that. And in relationships, some of the most evolved relationships, whether they are romantic relationships or friendships or whatever they might be, if there's at least one person in that relationship who is willing and has the capacity to say something along the lines of, there's something wrong, I don't know what it is, as soon as they notice there's something wrong, that makes for a high quality relationship, because it means you're able to talk about it before it gets set in stone and before people are not talking to each other and living at opposite ends of the house, and where talking has become almost impossible. And I can speak from experience, having done both, having done the one where you actually say something in the moment and having done the one where you don't. And I can tell you the experience and the result of the two is worlds apart. So I gift that to you. See if that works for you. Maybe give it a try. And maybe when everything's absolutely great with your partner, your friend, your parent, your child, your colleague, whatever it is, you're bored, maybe tell them about this idea, this sentence, there's something wrong, I don't know what it is, and give it to them as a gift as well. And maybe do that at a time when there isn't a problem. So you're both equipped with this as a way into exploring in those vulnerable, tender, difficult, scary moments. So thank you for listening, and thank you for watching. Again, you can find the other episodes on truth and transcendence. And if you like my energy, and if you like my vibe and my presence, and you think you might like to work with me in some capacity, go to beingspace.world and you'll find out everything I'm doing. And please get in touch anytime you like. Thanks again, and have a fantastic week.